All right. Welcome, everyone. We're doing a tier list with Burn 1. We haven't done this in
Wow.
1,000 years.
Bottom of the barrel content, lads.
Hell
Let's go.
yeah, baby. It's not my fault that they
Oh,
demand bottom of the barrel content. Everyone loves a tier list because everyone likes confirming that they were right all along. All right. So where are we starting with this? You guys want to start at the bottom?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. What irrelevant
All right.
lists do we have here?
Oh, are we actually
irrelevant?
just starting at the tiers? I don't think any of these
Jesus.
decks go into irrelevant, honestly.
Wait. There's got to be something here.
No, I think the worst
no,
deck
dude,
we have
level
on here is
zero.
like C tier.
Wait, no, there's no way.
I don't know. FGO.
Ruby,
FGO's
Ruby.
pretty pain.
I'm gonna tell you right now, as the Ruby stan, that set sucks.
Better than Maid Dragon.
No.
I don't know. They're pretty. They're pretty similar in my book, honestly. At this point.
And then what? FGO. I think FGO actually has like a pretty solid game plan.
All right.
Yeah,
so,
I honestly don't think anything like on this list that we have is D tier. If we had them, I don't see them on here. We could have added like the power up set stuff. I would throw in probably most of the power up stuff, like power up set stuff, into irrelevant.
Yeah.
Outside of like fucking random Haruhi, that's about it.
I throw it below irrelevant.
True.
Harder he
Alright.
could randomly steal a game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like outside of like
Yeah.
Haruhi, that's like the only exception. Because they
Alright.
can just hit you with a you can't climax combo me for like 4 turns, haha.
Yeah. I don't think any of dude, standby choice AT? Really? I guess that's like
I mean, it's probably C tier, yeah.
Bang Dream, choice pants.
Choice
Choice
Pants is
Pants?
kind of weak. Yeah.
Irrelevant. Put that in
It's
irrelevant.
still built,
No, Choice Pants is not irrelevant, Dean.
Choice Pants?
Choice
I
Pants
like
is still
it.
pretty
Choice-
real.
Yeah,
I would play Choice Pants 10 times before it touched Dragon Maid or.
What about
Ruby.
Kaguya? Kaguya
Okay.
level 0 into choice.
I think I would. Okay, Kaguya level 0 into Choice. I'd put in C tier.
Standby
That is-
standby gate.
Y'all
Standby
stop.
game.
All right, you know what, guys.
Kaguya?
Let's just start at the top. Okay, current 8-gate fucking Goto Boon. Where do we put that?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'd probably put
Oh,
it right
wait,
now. I'd
wait,
probably
wait,
put
wait,
it into
wait.
like A.
Wait.
What's
Before
up?
we get into this, are we considering S like? Okay, I always get so confused. Are we keeping the letters for this? You guys are fine with
Sure,
the letters?
S-
Okay.
Let's just do S is like.
Is
hey,
S
this
the
is-
broken
this is
tier
one
where
big
if you
S-
have to play this in order to compete?
Yeah.
Okay, so
that would be like
A and B is like tier 1 and tier 2. Is that
Yes.
Okay.
No,
Zero, one,
S and A is tier 1 and tier 2. I would almost say, or like
Does
tier
it go
1
Well,
and tier
that's what I'm saying.
1.5.
Are we defining S as like these are the most broken decks, and that you have to take this to an event to win? Or
We can
like
do
you
like
want the
S
most?
would actually be tier 1 or like tier 0 if you even want to refer to that. Tier A can be or 1.5. Tier 2 can be B. I do actually think there's like 1.5 decks out, so I think that would be.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's fine
I
right
assume
now.
we're just gonna like rank them within each tier. Whatever. We can ad lib this right now. Whatever. All right, where are we putting this? This is like fucking tier 2, right?
Tier 2.
No, I think this is A tier right now.
No. This is.
Okay,
without
wait.
set,
Okay, when we say A tier,
Yeah.
Okay. We tier S won't be 0 right now. We'll just fill it out, and then if we have to make
Okay,
tier S
sure.
0, we'll move everything down. Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
Okay. I can agree
the
with this.
deck, the deck is fine. The deck, like,
Yeah.
it's very good. Manages to
Um,
execute its game plan most games.
wait. This thing is definitely like B tier.
What?
I do not think 8 doors.
Wait. If you're saying tier 1 and tier 2, it's like I guess.
Look,
It's a
listen,
tier 2 deck.
we'll fill this out right now, and if we have to, we'll move everything down and make S tier like its own separate tier of like broken
Sure,
stuff.
sure.
Right? Okay. So just right now, A tier, like A tier is like we can take this to an event. We could probably top with it and
Wait, so are
possibly
we not like? Hold on, let's clear this up.
okay.
Like, I was gonna put some of these decks into S tier.
Okay, if we
Like,
want
are
to
we-
do
are we
yeah,
not doing that?
if we want to do that, this is gonna be B tier. S tier is like the absolute cream of the crop. Like you
Oh, so
play
you
this.
want to do like S tier being almost tier 0?
Yes,
Yeah.
like you
Yeah,
like
sure.
these decks are probably should be banned at some point. Like if they keep,
Yes. Okay.
Okay,
If we're
go.
doing that, then yes, I would agree with you. Then this can go into B tier. Probably the
Okay.
top of B tier. Yeah.
I
We figured
I
it
can
out,
pretty
boys.
sure.
We figured it out,
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah,
I'm
dude, that was
glad
really
we
hard. Oh
agreed
my
on this
God.
in the video.
Yep. This is why we
We know.
record from the beginning when we don't know what we're doing for great content like
Hell
this.
yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right. Do you have anything really to say about 8 door? The current iteration of 8 door Quince is just like a solid, does the game plan and the weak.
solid deck control.
Mhm.
It's just kind of overall good. It just doesn't have certain like other
Yeah.
tools like decompression and all that. So
Yeah.
you're just kind of, if your opponent compresses, you're just kind of hoping that the swing one, swing four sticks at one point.
Its zero game is still rough.
I don't think
Its
it's that
level
bad. You have the center runner.
that's rough. It has a center runner, it
Yeah.
has the on-play Ricky, but like you don't consistently get to your double or triple. You don't really have auxiliary level ones. You're
Yeah.
extremely reliant on doing door combo at least twice, I think. If you don't get a
Yes.
second door combo, you're kind of dry. And like that's not even saying you don't get your first door combo. Like you don't really have much climax assurance early on in the game. Uh, Going on later in the game too. It's level 2 games kind of whatever right now too. Like this deck is just gonna die into Alice. Like what do you do into Alice right now? Not much.
Well,
Doesn't
then-
the level 2 get to like 1400 power, or like the one of the early plays? Or am I misremembering it?
The early plays are like 11k and like 10.5 or something like that. If I
Yeah.
remember correctly.
the early plays also can't be
the
reversed.
2-1 is in the new 8 door. This is old 8 door.
Yeah. We're talking old 8 door specifically.
Yeah, old 8
Yeah.
door. What level 2 are you
Yeah.
talking about?
I mean the early plays. That's
The
your level
early
2
plays
game.
don't get big enough to. They don't hit 14k unless you're committing other things.
Well, I
And then,
mean,
like, your
doesn't
level
it get
3
like
still has
14k
the-
with like you can get to 14k with an act though? Because
Wait, why-
one of
you,
the
you
things
don't
is
hit
like
14k on that.
Why are we even caring about a 14k power line?
Because Alice is 12
It's
is 11k,
Alice, yeah.
and then
Is
it will have a
12k on
3K
level
counter.
2?
It comes out at level 1, so
Yeah.
it'll be out before your early plays, and then it's probably gonna be backed by 3k counter. The 3k counter is a like shop release promo, so English should be getting it.
Okay, well,
But, like,
my only thing about this is whenever I played into Alice at locals, it's just been like I play my 1/1 to send that shit to memory, and then I just move on with my life.
if they're still in level 1 range, like
I don't know. Every
then-
time I've played into them, they've always been like mid level 1 or lower. So when they
yeah, and
pop
like,
off,
and then
I
that
don't know.
answers
Yeah.
one. They're perfectly fine with one getting answered. It's just you want to be able to answer all of them.
Oh,
And at this point in the
I
game-
answered 2 of them and then sat there and
Oh,
watched
you're
them
doing 2 of them?
lose.
I mean, if you're doing
Yeah.
2 of them, that means you didn't do your that means you did a single combo, right?
Oh yeah, but I don't care because after that
And
I
then
just
your hand
combo
is
again.
dying. Your hand is dry, and that's if you get your second combo, which I don't think you can consistently do in current 8 door. You don't really have anything get you more climaxes.
I've
I
gone
agree
level
with
1.
Dan.
I've gone level 1's not comboing the first turn to get rid of the Alice things into combo. So maybe I'm just playing way differently than other people are seeing the matchup.
And like even
Yeah.
then, you're dry on hand, right? Because your level 3 needs like 8 hand before clock draw, and then your hand also has to be entirely characters.
Okay. Yeah. Either way,
So,
we
like, it's just
yeah.
not up to par.
All right. Anything else worth saying about the current 8 door? Nothing, right?
Not really, no.
All right. Are we just going
That's
down the line
okay.
then, or what the hell are we doing?
We can go down the line. That
All
makes
right.
it easier.
I have no idea
I
what 8
have
choice.
no idea about old 8 or the new 8 choice. Do you have any idea, Dan?
No.
Well,
I can
here
tell
let's
you it's
just
never been
do
played.
this right now. Let's just do this right now, okay? Like get this out of the way.
That's old.
I think that's old. So with the ban list, the next event is going to have the ban list in effect.
I do think still think it's very.
It's probably
good.
still
Only
going to
A.
be like I think
Only A.
It's probably 8 then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new might just put that new one into S tier right away. The new 8 standby.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the consistency
You want-
tools
so
on
I
the new
haven't
one is
actually-
insane. I've played
you
against
guys
it.
want to explain it to me because I have not played
All
against
right.
new 8 standby.
Every time I've played against 8 standby, imagine your opponent starting off the game, going first, and having 2 1/1s that can't be reversed in the front row, along with 1 attack and a back row support. How does that make you feel?
Damn, feels like I'm
Like,
playing
so,
modern
like,
day Weiss Schwarz.
So the new 1/1, the new 1/1 assist gives all of your Ninos
Yeah.
on attack. Choose
I
your
ha-
trigger.
I had to read
And
that
then whenever
twice because I was like,
What's
"What?"
it called? And then it's like whenever you trigger a soul trigger or something, you pump 2k, and then you have a what's it called? A 0/0 Nino that on play gives something. Choose your trigger, and then it's pay 1 sack self top check 5 for a Nino. You have a new 1/1 combo that's also like a free plussing combo. I
Yeah, it
forgot
just
what
pluses.
exactly it was.
Yeah, it's a. I forgot exactly. It's a 1/1 and it does something, and you get a like salvage or something.
You have there's so many new zeros. Hold up. So basically, you just have at all your Ninos check 2 cards now whenever it attacks. Because you're playing more Ninos, you can also play the early play Nino, the waifu one where you need 4 Ninos, and has like a 10-5 with hand encore. And then you have 1 second, let me pull it up. So with that old then your some decks still run the old 2/2, the 2/2 combo to just like break boards. And then 51. Right, so the combo is when this attacks, look at top 2 cards of your library, choose one of them, put it on time. So it's choose your trigger, then on reverse salvage. And
So,
then it swings at 8. It swings at 7K. No, it
It's
is
like
6/5 with
6/5,
hand
but
4,
yeah, but it gets a bunch of pumps also, which
and
is
it's
ridiculous.
2K on turn.
And
So
and
it's
they're
8/5 on attack, 6K off. 6/5 off.
Yeah, and then their level 1 game is like literally like I get a top check 2 twice to find my trigger. So like they
In
have a
every
very
single lane.
and every single lane. So they're super consistent on building the exact board they want through standbys. It's pretty disgusting.
Okay, so I do have a question.
Mhm.
Alice is going to be a deck before this is going to be a deck. How does this queue into Alice?
Right. So that's why they still
They play the
the
2/2
2/2 combo,
combo,
right?
yeah,
Yeah, you
to
can still
break
scale
boards
with
like that.
Let's see. Right. So you know I was telling you about the 1/1 that
Yeah.
gives all Ninos top check 2. Whenever you trigger a standby, you pump a character 3,000, not 2.
Oh, okay.
58. Yeah. Then I told you about the on play, give something, top check 2, and choose your trigger, then stack check 5. We also have like what's it called? A snow sprite.
Yep.
So the snow sprite is just clock from hand and then switch your Nino. Which also has on attack choose your trigger. So like everything from 0 to 1 now has choose your trigger.
Yep. And then everything
On
later
top
also
of
still
having
has choose your trigger as long as you have the 1/1 out.
And then like you still have your old like bounce to hand to top swell, shuffle in. You still have the I guess JP doesn't have the 3/2 Nino anymore, but English will still have access to 4 of the 3/2 Nino from right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's the
So wait, what does
40%.
climax spread in that deck look like then? Because you're saying you still play the 2. Do you just play the 2/2 without the combo, or is it like a weird?
Yeah, people are playing without the combo.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and there's some cases
some
where they
people
do play
do
it.
Put
Yeah.
it in because you have a climax swap.
Was it? I forgot. Was the climax swap a really good climax swap? I don't remember. Was it like I could literally search for any climax I wanted, or was it like you had to slap from waiting room? I forget.
I think people were still playing the Ichika because it was also a hand of stock.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah. All right. I mean, either way, the deck is actually pretty insane overall. Like
you're building your board every single game.
The first time I sat across from it, I had to reread like every single card twice to be like, wait, is that really what he just said the effect was? There's no way. And then I looked at it, I'm like, oh, it is. What the hell? Like, all right. But yeah.
Meta's only gonna get better.
Hell yeah.
Oh baby, I'm so excited. All right, what about A choice?
I have no idea. I've never played against it.
What does A choice do, Dan?
So
you're the resident Quinn
you're still
simp.
running the pretty sure you're still running the old Ichika.
Card's
The
pretty
new
good.
combo is discard 1 on attack. Once per turn on cancel, choose X cards and return them to their opponent's deck. Then you burn X. X is equal to the number of quints you have.
Wait, number of quints? So you burn 5 if you have a full board?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So shuffle 5, burn 5. And that's Stitch 1, so it's I think cancel burn 2 twice is still better.
I've seen this I've seen 8 choice like online. I've never played into it or like really sat down and watched multiple matches of it. Like where do you think, Dan, this should be?
I have not seen anyone play it ever.
B.
B.
What I'm surprised they don't have is 8-bar, because I do think 8-bar is better than 8 choice. Because the new 8-bar finisher is, and the new 8-bar level, the bar level 1 are both really good. The new bar finisher is inherently on attack pay 2 ditch 2 burn 2, and then climax combo on attack pay 1 burn 2. Only conditions like 3 memory, and then it sets 10-5. Level 1 combo is on attack top check X, where X is 3 plus the number of cards in memory. Up to 7 total, so like you have pretty insane deck speed.
Oh man, yeah, this is just so hard to. I have no idea.
I
I'm
would
just
just
gonna
put it.
default
I
to
would
you.
put
We
that
can
in
probably
B.
add a tier that just kind of say like unknown, just because
Unknown.
like we don't know or
Yeah,
something.
irrelevant. There we go.
Yeah, we just change irrelevant to like unknown.
Alright,
It's like
not
I
enough
don't think any
info.
of us can really comment on it.
Yeah, it sounds like it's probably going to be somewhere around here. But yeah, I don't think any of us can really
I
hard
think-
commit. The only person that could maybe say is Dan.
I just think Quinn's card pool is too high quality to be anything below B quality. B tier. To be
I mean, yeah, same.
Yo,
I
but
feel
what
the same
about the
thing about
Miku waifu
Hololive.
deck?
and like
What about the Miku waifu deck?
consider. I still think Miko Waifu is probably at least B tier. Because like this Ichika, the set 2 finisher is just insane, and then its weakest point has always been its level 1 combo. But like it's good enough to get you there most of the time. It just doesn't do that well into Alice right now. I don't think it has much to do with it unless you go with other quints, like a full quints instead of Ichika waifu.
All right. All right.
All right, do we want to just move this up to S tier, or are we going to argue about this one?
What's it called? Because there's this one card, this new Itsuki that says tap sell pump something 2000, a level 1 or higher 2000 if you have experience too.
Pretty good.
And it's on stage, and it's pay 1, give something onverse salvage. So you either pump 2k or give the onverse salvage, and it has +1 hand size. So it's kind of.
Wait, are we talking about a door?
Oh no, yeah, you play it in a door, but like you can.
Oh,
put
okay.
it in
Oh,
any
you were
deck.
saying it in this deck. Oh, in any deck.
In
Oh,
every
okay.
deck.
Sorry.
It just
Yeah,
gives you 2k power pump.
yeah. That card's
It's
really good.
strong. Yeah, I think new 8 door is like A to S.
It's like
'Cause I
somewhere
do
in here
think-
easy.
Like
Like,
I do think it suffers from the same problems where it just does its own thing.
well, I think
Yeah,
sometimes
it
that's an
does-
advantage where you can just literally ignore your opponent and you just sit there and do your combo and then kill,
Except
right?
you can't ignore Alice or Slime now. You actually have to like interact with their field. And you
I
do
mean, you
to
have
make
the
concessions.
1/1 memory Adachi. Your level 2 game's a little bit better now because your level 2 actually like searches you a climax and it swings to like what 12k or something, so you like start forcing counters and all
It
that.
swings in at
Yeah.
12-5 before your climax. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying it's a maybe. It's A to S. I'm not exactly sure where
It's
it lands.
definitely somewhere here.
I
It's either
am-
bottom S, top of A, like right.
I am leaving it like I'd put it top of A.
We'll go
I've
with top
been,
of A.
I've
I think
been
we can go
pretty-
top of A for now.
I've been pretty down on the deck, TBH.
Every time I
do
played
think,
it,
like 8 standby is just better than it though, so I don't want to put it in the same tier as 8 standby quints.
that's fair. Let's see. All right, 8-door AOT was like B.
This is probably like a B or a C tier.
Do you think it's? Do you think? Oh, I feel it's probably like B, right?
I think it
But do
would
you
be
think it's
like
better than
bottom of
this?
B right now.
Bottom B?
No.
Bottom B is
Well,
a good
it
card.
depends on. I think like both 8-door and door choice are like pretty like they're reliant. Their
They're on the
position in the
same tier,
meta is
right?
very reliant on how good Armin is into the current meta.
Armin is really good, but they don't really have early plays to keep the board against Alice, so like they're losing board every turn, which I think makes Sasha.
No, because they can. Their early plays can run over Alice.
They're small. The early plays are small in the backswing.
Well, yeah, on the backswing, but they clear Alice and they send like them to stock.
It clears a single.
they-
The early plays 13-5 without climax, right? with Armin and without a climax.
Yeah.
So it needs a little bit more pump. It needs the climax to actually scale Alice post counter.
Yeah.
And that's assuming Alice doesn't have anti-change.
Do you guys think the choice list is better than the 8-door list, or do you think they're
I
basically the
think
same?
8-door
I
list
think
is
they're
better right
extremely
now.
similar. It's
in
just
terms of-
choice pivots more into like a defensive style of play because choice like in 8-door you don't want to be like spamming Aaron early play, but like in door choice you're gonna like
Yeah, because you can use that
probably be
stock.
playing Aaron early play
Right.
more, and then like you wall it off into like the
Right.
Aaron Titan behind
Eight-
Armin.
8-door is less resource intensive than door choice. Because Sasha salvages. So
Yeah,
you don't have to sculpt everything early, and like double Sasha is like 4 stock, I think.
yeah.
Something like that.
My favorite thing about 8-door was how flexible the top in Sasha was. And like
Yeah,
the
like,
more
it's
stock
so
you had, you
cheap.
could the more stock you just built that game, the more resources you were allowed to gather. Like you could just like nut harder when you go off with like multiple Sashas and into even into the other level 3 or whatever, or like any specific soul damages,
Door choice is a lot more restrictive on what you can do at 2, which is like why I do think 8-door has more flexibility to early play more. Door choice, you have to sculpt for all 3 Aarons. The Aaron doesn't sculpt for you.
Mhm.
So like it's just like
Yeah.
and then like being able to sculpt for something and then changes the Gabby which heals for you. Given that takes up more deck slots, 8-door typically just has a much easier time transitioning from level 2 to 3, especially when you're dealing with other decks boards.
I can agree with that. Do we all agree just 8 whatever gate whatever this
Yeah,
is?
so like
See,
8 gate is like,
So hold on. Okay, I hate this deck.
it's so
I
deadly,
don't
but
talk a
like
lot on Discord, but like I hate this deck. I think this deck sucks. But Card Titan is a profile.
I mean,
so
I think that's the thing that
Card Titan is
keeps
a
it
profile.
relevant.
I think this deck is very good if memory counter wasn't a thing.
Talking about for singles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing sucks.
So
Wait,
like,
well, no, because right now are we?
we're in trios, we're in Springs Fest.
If we're in
Yeah.
trios, this deck is like actually like high B tier.
So like it just depends on how many memory kicks are in. Like I legitimately think this deck is like
Well,
if
so
memory
like right
kick-
now, if we're
memory
talking
kick
about
exists,
like how many memory kicks are lying around, literally every single deck, including AOT that we have placed down, has a memory kick counter.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So it is a little cringe.
I think people are still going to be playing memory kick counter anyway with our other big
Breach.
boss in the room when we get there.
Yep.
All right, I think we can just all agree this is like C tier.
Mhm.
All right, Adventure Time. Yeah,
It is. I would have put it at C. Yeah.
all
Finn
right.
and Jake is a card, but that's like the only thing that kind of carries it. I think at this point.
Yeah, I don't think
I
there's
have
much
no
to talk
experience at all with the new. I wish Carmen was here because I think he tested this a little bit. I have no experience with the new 8-door Bang Dream.
They have anti-burn. That's kind of cool.
So their level 3 is burn like on an attack pay 2, burn 2, and then anti burn in its lane. Climax phase and its lane. And then there's an event, the 3-0 event that gives -3 soul that you have to give it to this Kasumi. Your new level 1 combo is on reverse, discard 1, search 2. So like Yuki on reverse. But there's this other level 1, a wrinkle that says pay 1 sack self, spawn this Yukina, gain 1,000 per music on or per Annie on board. So the Yukina will like attack at 11.5 for a stock, which clears a lot of things.
It does. I do feel like it can have it's fine in almost everything right now that we've placed down, with the exception of like 8 standby Quints.
There's this really cool assist package. It's a 0-0 Masaki that has on play market as 2-1. It's global 5. If you're level 2 or higher, you can flip to the 2-1. 2-1 says global 1,000 times your level. So when it comes out, it's global 2K, global 3K at 3. But it flips back and forth every turn. So like end of your turn, it flips back to the 0. So off turn is small. What other cool cards? You have this Maya that's let me look the card up before I tell it wrong, but it's on play ditch one. Or it's not a ditch one, it's a Rize. So on play Rize for color +1. And then I think it only grabs level 1 or higher.
Yeah, no, I thought it was just the Subaru profile, is it not?
It might have been. Was Subaru? I thought Subaru was an Akatsuki profile.
Well, yeah, isn't that what Maya is? It's just a
No,
Kotsky for level 1?
Maya is a Rize profile.
Oh, it's
One
a
of them
Rize?
ditches on play, one of them ditches after you check.
Okay.
I'm double checking right now, so I don't lie.
Mm-hmm.
Maya Yamato.
I feel like it's
So yeah, you
it's
have
around
deck
here.
speed.
Yeah, it's check X. Yeah, so it's check X, and then you ditch, and you add a level 1 or higher. Where X is the number of colors plus just number of colors. But I think it's like B-ish. It has
Yeah,
a
that's
slew of early plays that are good. It has a 6 or more climaxes early play, heal to stock, and then on attack pay 3, dish 2, burn 3. It
Do we-
has a 2 or less heal, ditch heal a hand. So it has a lot of good tools. Just doesn't do anything spectacular. And anti-burn and neg 3 soul is really annoying. It's a lot of deck space. The cost me is on play, pay 2, draw 2, ditch 2, stock 1, so it's pretty cheap to do triple combo actually. I think it's 7 stock for triple. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the combo's like what, on attack, pay 2 or something? I think it's just pay 2, right?
I think it's end of attack, pay 2.
Oh.
it's even easier to do.
Yeah,
Is this better than
it's
A Dark Quince, the current one, right?
I
Probably.
don't know. I don't have enough testing on it.
Yeah, me either.
I would probably like
Somewhere in here.
It kind of
we
sounds
can say like the disclaimer part of
Mhm.
it being new is like our estimation here. I would probably
Yeah.
say it is because it's, like this deck also like allows you to run decompression tools like stock swap and Fumio.
Yeah, and we don't have the same ban list too
and free
as
fresh
Japan.
counter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And free
like,
fresh counter, yeah.
Yep. So this swings at 12k or 13k with climax, so it's like pretty big, and 14.5 with the Fumio on board.
But does it have like a weird anniversary trait requirement?
No. So it's
Okay.
on turn 2 or more, any or pop-in party. 2k.
Well, you have to
Fumio
understand though.
That's a weird
It's
trait.
not a
Fumio
pop-in
is
party.
not pop and party
I
trait.
know, but this is just 2
Yeah.
or more. So 3 cost me is good enough. And then same thing with the finisher. You just need another any or pop-in party.
Okay.
We
We can like just say like that's probably pending.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like it's going to be around here, but yeah, more
I
testing.
think it will be
sure.
very annoying.
Choice pants, I think we can probably throw that down and see. I think it's over a
like this.
I think it's interchangeable right now with A pants AOT.
I
That's
don't
fair.
think there's a point in ordering C tier, TBH.
Yeah.
No, I think that's fair.
All right.
Yeah.
Dal,
A
A
choice
choice.
I've never played against A choice. What does A choice do?
I know
What
has
does
a
the Kotori do?
A level 1 combo is just the old Kotori where it's like
Infinite hand, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that card is sick. You still have my Loshido, which is broken. Okay, it's not broken. It's just really good. What was the ban list? It was Kirby at 2. You have the 1/1 Yoshino.
Yeah, the 1/1 and
The
then
1/0 Toka.
yeah.
And and then the level 0 Shido, right?
Is that the current English ban list for this?
Weiss time. English ban list.
I'm glad we all came prepared, lads.
No, it's not the 0.
No, it's level 0
Toka
brainstorm, 1/0 Toka, and 1/1 Yoshino is the current ban list for Data Live, and with a limited 2 of the fucking Kurumi, level 3.
Yeah, and then so the new choice finisher is pay 2, ditch character with Data Live or Elemental, and then it's on attack, pay cost, gain 1,000, choose one of the 2 effects to perform, either burn 1 or burn 4. a pay 2 ditch 1 burn 1 is kind of oh, burn 1 twice. Sorry, that's important.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's. I was like, I'm pretty sure this is a ping one twice. 'Cause I remember.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm.
So that's it.
I've never played into this deck before. Unfortunately, I mean, I've played everything in this deck except this specific top end. So.
I think we can probably put it like C and move on. The
So it's either Coco Chino or burn or
It's.
Shot Sudan.
I feel like it's probably more like B tier, maybe down here. I mean, it can.
Really?
Well, okay,
So
so you
here's
can
the
play
thing:
My
how
Little.
how does it combat like early plays and stuff? I guess
has
you
My
run
Little
the
Shido.
Yoshino, right?
You play My Little Shido.
You have the
Pretty good
level
card.
down. You have the You have an. You can choose. You can probably. I mean, in 8 choice, you're probably running the Adachi.
So I mean, like, hold
Yeah.
on. So we're saying like you have the level down. So what do you do when like say Alice does like the strongest play and say I pay 3 encore, and now you look like an idiot?
Well, you just nag one for them to pay 3 encore to lose 3 star. I'm down.
Yeah, but I mean, like they keep their entire board. You're not like hitting over their entire board. Are you like splashing blue? So here, I'm also speaking from a place of like sort of ignorance. Like, are you splashing blue to run the Yoshino Adachi?
Probably. But Yoshino's really good. There's a yellow Adachi as well. Well, it's not like that's the only one. That one is just really good at 8 standby because you standby out and swap it to the front immediately.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm not like. I feel like it's probably somewhere in B tier, but I'm like not sold enough that if you guys think it
I mean,
should
we
be
can,
C.
we can drop it into unknown, honestly, if
Okay.
none of us have like a lot of experience with it, because right now we're just all speculating.
Yeah, like, well, also the time frame of me when I played this stuff. Well, I didn't play this Kotori top in, but like, I played way before because it's such an old set now that I played it before any of this new shit came out, and no one's playing this stuff now. So like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess we can just throw it in unknown for now. All right, A standby Dal with the new stuff. What? Probably like
It's probably
low
C
A,
or
top
B.
B.
No, what? I don't think so.
Okay, I think it has really good board breaking potential, but I guess maybe you got to get a little bit more lucky.
I don't think it's lucky because you run a lot of soul triggers and
Yeah.
like in general, once you start getting the 2/2s out, you have twin drive, so it's similar to like Nijigasaki, right?
Yeah.
The old JP Nijigasaki 8 standby. You're gonna get power pumps. I think you might sacrifice a lane, but you would probably be able to like not reliably, but like you can kill 2 Alices enough of the time.
I feel it has to at least be somewhere in B, right? Like,
I think middle of the pack B tier is probably okay. I'm just trying to think of like its other matchups. It's okay against Gotoboon. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. Deck's like all right. I mean, Kurumi's also still like a disgusting card as well. So
I mean,
yeah.
It's a 2 of.
yeah, I mean it's a 2 of, but like
Yeah, but they have like
most,
the other
most
Kurumi
players
too.
are probably still gonna get like the 2 off because they're not gonna let them get like buried in stock. Like if they can help it.
Yeah, and then you have that really good Kurumi that is like Icy Tail for 5, right, or something. I just think it has like
I don't even know if you run that though. I don't think you do. You may run it as like a 1 of.
yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure people still played it like as like their choice healer because it's just such a good like vanilla healer, right? So, but maybe I'm wrong. And then one of the main things is that since you get a win board, you get to use the computer chip more often to neg soul. But I think that
I don't think
because of the meta, I don't think it's like relevant, right?
No, I don't think like you can even fit computer chip into it anymore.
Well, no, the whole point of the deck is that you can actually like consistently computer chip and not care.
What?
Wait, have you seen the list since the new Dal set came out and like it plays the 1-0 support?
Okay,
so
I'm sorry. I think I've only played against, I would probably say like an unoptimized 8 standby list. In that case,
yeah, okay. At least in my thought process, is that the only reason you play 8 standby is because the 1-0 support lets you consistently have computer chip to like neg people, so you always like have 2 turns. But like with how the meta is right now, I don't think that's like an actual viable option. Like defensive decks are a lot weaker in this meta, I think, unless you guys think otherwise.
Oh, the only thing that's like really a nut finisher is Seminary Sins, and that just got banned.
Yeah,
I
but I
don't.
think
I think the ban is a fucking love tap, dude.
it moved from S tier to S tier. Very cool.
No, so I don't think that's a love tap. The Guild Thunder was actually so important.
I think
Right.
it.
No, it was
the
it was
most I can
absolutely
give
a
you
love
is it
tap.
moved from S tier to like top of A tier, dude. The deck
Yeah.
is
Like-
still.
Right. So like the finishing turn becomes so much less potent, and that was the issue with it.
So-
before we're so incredibly high with the top pick 3 and then the bounce, right? Because like the bounce denies basically any sort of memory kick, and now like you have another unplayed bounce, but without the top pick 3, you're not guaranteed.
You still have a top check too, so you're missing
a
one
top check
card.
too.
So you either make the decision of I'm going to gamble on this last trigger, or I'm going to take the 2 triggers I see now, or I'm going to take the 1 trigger and gamble on the last one because this other card is 100% a miss, right?
Right. So like you're using an additional hand now because you're playing that and playing over it.
You,
right?
okay, so I had this.
I
had this
disagree
entire.
because. Go ahead.
Okay, I thought that at first for like the first 10 seconds this list was out, and then I realized my hand always scoped for a climax swap anyway, and I've always had it in my hand no matter what because I need the the choice even to win the game, right? So you're always going to have that climax swap. Like I think the only thing that changes here is that you have more king climax swaps now, and instead of playing the 3500 climax swapper, right? And so your hand should always have a climax swapper in your hand, right? So I just don't see that argument. Like maybe if your game is really, if your game is really bad and you can't keep up hand size, which I find very unlikely, those are just your really really low roll games, you should always go into like your finishing turn with like 6 cards minimum.
Right, but now you need 6 exact cards. Yeah.
Well, it was like that previously.
Before?
What are you talking about?
Was it before you?
Yeah,
only
so
needed-
you had double Escanor, you had double Ricky, you had Gil Thunder, and you had Climax Swap and the Climax. That was your hand. Listen, dude. Okay, if you were a really good player, you can just draw your 2 of choice. But if you were a normal player, you always had to have a Climax Swap to swap it out anyway. Your sculpting doesn't really change.
Yeah, I don't think it affected the sculpt at all. I think it just like made it like slightly more annoying, and maybe you don't get a pop off as hard. But I think the hit to it was so minute that I personally think it's still an S tier if we're gonna have an S tier here.
It's a con, right? So the strength of the deck was that you were able to guarantee what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, probably like 8 or 9 burns. Right. But now you're like not being able to like even 8 burns consistently is kind of scary.
I do think losing the third top check is a little
Like
which is why I would be willing to tell you like we can maybe drop it from S to A tier. But I don't think it's that big of a hit.
Because when you're playing a 4 finisher like this, like every single burn matters.
I mean, I agree with you, but like here's the thing: you're still getting the open lane because you're going to be playing Merlin bounce, so you still get the open lane. The only thing that's really changing is you don't get the soul pump on attack with Gil Thunder, which that's why I'm saying like we can maybe drop it down to A tier. So you don't get the soul pump with Gil Thunder if you wanted it, and you don't get the third top check. So that's what you lose. That is what the ban list takes away from you. Your top check 3 will you probably become a top check 2, and you don't get the option to like pump and like do a cheeky side attack. That's it. That's all it takes away from you.
Well, the extra soul pump because like Gil can pump it to the Escanor, right?
No, it could only
Gil
pump
pumps
itself.
it to itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the play pattern was always like you would bounce like a level 3 and you would leave a level 2 on board, so you can decide how you want to do your last skill swing essentially if they're still alive, right? At least that's how I did it most of the games. And then a lot of games where you're already ahead and your hand is like infinite, you're just like double Gil or double bounce here, so you have 2 open lanes now, so you're at worst like swinging 5 and 5 with your 2 Escanors. I don't know. I don't think the balance really hurt it that much.
Oh wait, is he?
No.
He's
He's 2 soul plus a climax 3 into empty slot is 4, right?
4.
And then trigger. My assumption is you're gonna have at least one. Like you're gonna see the top 2 triggers, so you're gonna at least one of them's gonna be at least 5, probably, right? I can't imagine like you top check 2, and if you have the resources to, you just leave 2 non-triggers there. Like that'd be really weird. But yeah.
Your hand's already perfect.
Mhm.
Like you'd only be doing with like you mill all 3 off like with another brainstorm or something. I guess.
I was playing. Well, because I was basically given the list. That was that red card that's like top chop check add, then also ditch draw. I was using that to like.
Oh,
filter.
you're talking about the lane, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is we're talking like bigger resources and shit. But yeah. I mean, obviously it did hurt the deck a little bit, the ban or whatever. But I don't know. I mean,
since we talked about it, do we want to? I think we can put it at top of A tier right now.
Okay.
I do agree with Dan because that deck is like one of the reasons it was an S tier is because it can probably just kill you from 2-4 to 2-5 because the guild was actually like completely broken. The deck has become only slightly fair, more fair, I should say.
Yeah.
It's still kind of busted.
Yeah, like when I talked about this deck
I'm willing
too.
to say like top of A tier.
Yeah, like this is as low as I'm willing to let it go to top of A tier.
Yeah.
Because like even when I played this deck, I described all my losses as I lost because my top 10 cards didn't have a climax for me to climax swap. Like those were the games I lost, and all the other games were like, or you lost because you were at 2-5 and for whatever reason, even though you were compressed. What?
Oh, I'm sorry. You cut out for me.
Oh, okay, sorry. But yeah. The other way you lost was you were like 2-5 or something, and you're like, I'll wait till next turn to combo instead of clocking myself multiple times to 3, and then your opponent just kills you from like 2-5, and you're like, oh well, I guess I didn't have my Escanor turn, so that sucks for me, right? Those are like the 2 most common loss like scenarios for that deck, like whenever I played it.
Yeah, I think if you guys are subbed like PGH Weiss Schwarz, I think Carmen's like also said it a lot on his channel. The deck's only real like lose condition, or its old lose condition, was losing to itself.
Yep, pretty much. I agree with that.
Okay.
All right, 8-win Dow.
C tier.
Right here.
This is a haha. I mean, we're not ordering C tier. Yeah. This is a haha funny. This is like a haha funny high roll deck.
Yeah. Okay, if it high rolls,
if we're talking about like what it has, like its level 1 combo is like an on reverse salvage, which is black. The early play package is really funny. But then if you like don't trigger wind with it, you like lose the game on the spot. And whenever you play the early play board, you kind of go all in, and if they answer it, you have like one hand, and you're like, how could this have happened to me?
Yeah. Where would you place it if you guaranteed the most highest high roll with this deck all day? Where would it go higher?
It's still like B tier, dude. Like the deck doesn't really do anything. Your deck speed is like what My Little Shido and like the level 0 Shido and Brainstorms.
Yeah.
Like I said, your combo is like an on reverse salvage.
All right.
It's kind of meh.
Yeah. All right. What is this? The dungeon one. Picking up girls in the dungeon.
C.
This is like C.
Yeah,
I feel like this is like
C.
forever somewhere around here.
It can't crack a Quince board. So what's the point of having an anti-standby deck that can't crack a Quince board?
Yeah.
Tech sucks.
All right. I don't care enough about this deck to argue it out any
I
higher.
think like Don Machi had its like place in the meta to like really combat stuff like Mushoku, right?
Yeah.
Mushoku's not really in the meta anymore.
Quit sports? What do you mean? Like
It can't kill a 1/1.
What?
It can't kill the blue 1/1.
Oh, sure. But
I don't know. I just felt like the deck is super
The
consistent.
blue
You have
1/1, like most like decks are running 4 of the blue 1/1, so that's what we're talking about.
yeah, you're still cracking the third lane, and then like you're not losing lane into it either.
I don't know.
Wait, the blue 1/1 kills you. What do you mean? Yeah,
no, it fills up the backswing on everything.
Yeah, that's like also a problem.
What?
What? No,
That's
I
not a
did.
problem.
I don't know. I don't agree that much. I feel like it's at least in B tier, but
Yeah, I think it's. I also think it's in B tier.
I don't even consider like the fact it gets really big or anything like part of like the calculation on how good this deck is. It's more of like
it runs a slow amount of soul triggers compared to other decks too. That's
Yeah,
another
too.
yeah, I understand. You have this deck is literally a slam a climax every turn, or you probably lose the game type of deck over the long run. But I think the tools it has for like deck manipulation is really powerful, in my opinion, and
Torch.
that keeps it like
It has torch and draw ditch, dude. Cog.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
got a
Event
torch.
Relay? Event
Sure.
Relay, draw, brainstorm. Torch is a very good card.
It's like
I mean, I guess, but
if you
I
have
don't know,
if
man.
you have
I'm
like
not willing.
It
okay
has draw drop, so like you have so much. You have like 2 extra draws every turn cycle.
Well, the draw drop is mainly there to help you to like facilitate getting climaxes.
Yeah, exactly.
You
You
can
get 2
slam them
additional
every
draws
turn, yeah.
every turn cycle.
I'll listen, dude. I think I'm not willing to place it like above any of the current decks we have in B tier.
What's it called? And like,
So like if we place it right now, it's going to be bottom of B tier for me.
what's it called? And like, the soul count doesn't matter if you have a climax every turn because climax is like triggering 3 soul.
Yeah, but if they also play a climax and have higher soul trigger counts, then you lose.
Oh.
I think that's my problem.
A lot of
I
decks
think this
don't
deck
play 1k1 every turn.
Quince basically does. Quince does a soul trigger
There's
every
no way
attack.
to guarantee it.
You just told, dude. We put Quince at S tier because it has top check
So
with
hold
every
on.
single
I
attack.
think I mean we can talk about this a little bit. So I think
and know what standbys don't do? They don't pump soul.
oh man, what are you talking about, Dan? Isn't there a list going around that has 35 soul triggers?
No,
Please
so Dean is
avoid
saying,
combo, but
well,
yeah.
I was talking about how Quince has like everything checks its soul trigger, and so you slam a 1k1 and then you check 6 triggers.
Yeah.
But like, you don't slam 1k1. That's a standby deck. In the 1k1 deck, you don't have any sort of like soul guarantee or climax guarantee.
Yeah. Okay. Honestly, I think the only good criticism for Don Machi like sucking is like I think the Hestia Toppin sucks like a lot.
The Hestia Toppin does suck.
Yeah,
A
it's everything leading up to it is like very solid, and then you get hasted and you're like, well, that was not a very fun payoff. So like if you have a really, really, really bad mid game, you're kind of screwed. Where if like you go from like 1-4 or something, and then you're just like, oh cool, now I'm level 3, you've probably lost that game, right? There's no way to come back from it. Whereas
So-
go ahead.
Yeah, Hestia's reach is pretty high. Because like it plus soul plus
Plus the
climax,
soul,
it's
yeah.
Swing 12. No matter how bad it sounds, swing 4, burn, cancel burn 2 is like,
It's like expected
not bad.
damage is like 4,
but like
maybe 6. It's like
swing
really
4
bad.
when you're behind is like kind of nice.
when you're behind because the deck sucks. Holy shit, dude!
You need the ceiling
You need the
somehow.
ceiling.
instead of getting extra burns.
They simply
Open
won't
sticks.
cancel. I understand. Well, I don't.
I mean, when you're behind a level, like you need the damage to stick no matter what, right?
Bro, I would not feel comfortable in any deck. Any deck in A tier, I would never want to see with Don Machi. So I think it's like C tier, right? Like the other decks, you might be able to like angle shoot.
I think
That
that's
like
kind
you
of
got
fair.
a good matchup.
I think that's kind of fair. Like, if I played Danmachi into these, I'd be kind of annoyed. Maybe not as much into Seven Deadly Sins. Like, I might personally might be like, oh, maybe I can cheese a little bit here, but they actually at least
Seven
know.
Deadly Sins is like will just literally destroy you. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Listen. I said I'm already going into the matchup coping. All right, so please understand.
You're gonna go like back and forth, and like they're like, check out the sick 1-0. It kills your climax combo every turn. Very nice. It's very cool that you don't trigger soul triggers, but guess what? I do. I also have this sick brainstorm that can help me find climaxes to slam every turn. So now I do what you do, but better because I also run a higher soul trigger count. Like I don't know.
Okay. I have one point to move on. All right. What about players that play Danmachi and they defensively use sword against you and they just rip 4 off the top without even lucking, and then like still cancel every time. Those
yeah,
guys.
I get it. Vince Chow is the strongest fucking Weiss Schwarz player. Yeah, I get it. Sick, dude.
Okay. All right, I'm done. I don't really want to argue about it, like trying to fight this to be B tier. I'm totally fine with it being top of C tier. I do think it might be up here somewhere, but it's not even fucking worth it.
Should we put this in irrelevant? The next one.
I think this is irrelevant unless any of you guys can teach like tell me otherwise.
Lion King's kind of okay. Like it's a neat card. I think everything around the Lion King kind of sucks. Do you have something else to say, Dan?
No. Lion King is a sick card.
Yeah, Lion King is a pretty sick card. It's just everything to get there, and like everything afterwards is kind of doo doo.
I do think Lion King, if it lives a turn, it's like actually very strong.
Yeah,
very annoying.
But I think the problem right now is like, how does Lion King live a turn?
Yeah,
like everything just kind of kills it.
Which is why I do think it's C.
Yeah,
I don't think it's irrelevant because it's actually something you have to think about.
Does anyone want to like? Well, it sounds like Nico, you could be like, okay, C it is.
I mean, like you can put it in C because I don't think it's. I would say like, I would never be like truly scared of like seeing this deck with any deck that I would bring to like that tournament.
Yeah, but you have to be prepared for it. Like if you're not ready for Lion King, you can't just fold.
No, bro, I've seen the thing. It just top 6 zeros. I've never seen a worse deck. It's so bad. I've literally okay. No. We can cope. Like, oh, you can memory shoot counter this like Reiner, right? Like Finn and Jake, same problem. The FGO deck is literally worse than Love Live Sunshine, which isn't on the tier list.
Oh, it is not worse.
Oh, wait, it is. It is. Never mind. Wow. Okay.
Well, at the second it's on the tier list.
Love Live Sunshine can be C tier, and then we can move FG where it belongs.
Okay, I don't want to fight over this.
C tier is fine for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to start arguing about these cards down here, guys, or these decks down here. All right, we're like 51 minutes into this video. This is the break. If you're still here listening to us argue about dumb card games, why aren't you subscribed? And if you are subscribed, you should leave a fucking comment because I don't know who watches this. This is horrible content. And then, yeah, I mean, like, if you're still here too and you don't like us, you hate watching us, you should subscribe so you can hate watch the rest of the videos we have. All right, that's all I gotta say.
Slam that like button and
yeah. Exactly. Slam that like
smash
button.
that like button.
Listen,
subscribe
I gotta
to our
show a little
socials.
bit. All right, Grisaya. In my heart,
like
S
it's
tier.
like it's like, but in reality, it's like probably
here.
C tier. No, it's C tier.
Wait. Let me just argue one thing. I think people will forget it has anti-heal in memory when you have 12 cards in memory.
True, it's pretty strong.
And they'll heal once, and I will not let them take it back. I will never let them take it back at an event. This is a free burn 4 or clocking top 4 cards.
Yo.
Oh man. I really. This is only set 1, right?
I think so. I honestly, if we're gonna talk about this, I think the problem right now is I don't know if you can play the deck like how it used to play. Does set 1 Grisaya have like Adachi's or anything? Because you're gonna need to start running those.
Yeah, it does.
Oh yeah, it does. It has the 1/1. I forget the blue 1/1. Yeah. I forget.
It's just like
I think the problem right now is like it's a haha funny like aggro-ish deck. Like, but you turn your cards like upside down and you hope the damage sticks. But like, if you're going with that type of game plan, why wouldn't you just play SDS?
Yeah. This is just like an infinitely worse SDS.
An anti-heal is neat. I don't think it's got like a good enough place in the meta right now.
Yeah. And then yeah. But honestly, if anyone actually takes this to an event and someone heals and they forget you had like 3 anti-heals in memory, you make them take that. You call judge. No, at an event, I would at locals. I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude. We all forget sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. But, at an event, if they say I heal, you say okay. I
cool.
need you to discard your hand, please.
Yeah. Oh wait, was this a hand? I thought this was the take damage one. Whatever. But yeah.
No.
Is it discard a hand for everyone you hit or everyone in memory, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. All right, Hololive.
I hate that deck. It's like bottom of A.
Okay, I hate Kana Tamari, and this deck fucking sucks. It's still probably like. Hold on, you didn't fucking let me finish, asshole. I would probably say it's probably like middle of the pack A. I just hate playing this deck.
Oh,
I
I think
can
it's
agree with
bottom
that.
of A.
It gets even better with the new set.
Well, the
It's
new set
so much
doesn't.
better.
Don't they just replace the top
Yeah,
end
but
with
you
Gura?
No, so like the rest of the deck just becomes better, more consistent.
Oh.
Oh, I've seen lists just totally replace Marin and play Gura now, and that looks kind of scarier. But yeah,
No, like they both have their pros and cons. Girl, you're not able to play tap counter, and I do think being able
into
to
a meta
defensive
you
counter
can't
is
play tap
crucial.
counter already seems like a good swap off for me. Anyway, I'm sorry.
but-
Go ahead.
You can play tap counter into like Quince and shit.
I was like, you can't play tap counter against like SDS. That's about it because they just bounce
Yeah.
you. But everything else you can play tap counter.
Uh,
All right.
but yeah,
It-
0's better, 1 is better.
But I mean, like Hololive. The reason why I don't want to say like with the new stuff because Hololive set 2. Like I don't even think that has an English release date yet.
It's an
Yeah,
August.
no, this is only set one stuff. I was just memeing about the changing because
It's
it doesn't have
relevant
a
for
release.
fall. It
If
does
it-
have a release date.
Does it? Is it
Oh,
like
it does?
near the end of the year? Like October or something, or what? Do you know offhand?
No,
I'm
August.
checking the
August?
Weiss Schwarz
Oh, okay.
website right now.
Oh, it's August.
Yeah, it is. It's 4th of August. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So yeah, this is. I mean, yeah, it'll change when singles come around, right? Or wait, is August like near the end of singles already?
No,
I forget.
August is when singles begins.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it'll be legal
Yeah.
then. Yeah, we'll probably revisit this by then. But yeah, choice door Hololive. What, like somewhere in B?
It's choice.
I assume choice.
I mean, like
is
you can
choice
like
combo, yeah.
throw Marin into anything, and it would probably be like a B or a C tier deck.
Mhm.
Just because Marin's stupid, you could probably.
Alright,
I
here.
don't know, dude.
Here.
No,
Here. Where do you want it?
I don't. I almost
Probably-
don't even want to
so,
really
like,
talk about it. Go
So
ahead.
what's called the issue with Choice Store Hololive is that Marin is a super efficient finisher. You don't have anything to spend your early stock on.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's that strong.
Is Memory Hololive choice store or no? Or is that like Pants store?
I don't know. I haven't seen that list.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not around more. So what? You want to just throw it down here?
For now, we can probably throw it down
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna throw this down here too. All right.
Well, no. Wait.
What?
I thought Sora was like. Isn't Sora like actually supposed to be decent?
Okay, Sora is
Sora is really
well, yeah. Sora
Sora
is
was
like
banned in-
Sora
in
is
JP.
super good in JP when it was there. Our biggest
They did
issue
not have to deal with Alice when it
Yeah.
was there.
doesn't have to deal with Alice. It doesn't have to deal with Seven Deadly Sins during that time. So like your next soul doesn't matter. Like one of the ways the deck like negates like turns where you don't bar or whatever is like you play the next soul counter, but that doesn't matter against Seven Deadly Sins and other people are playing bounce. Like maybe it has good matchups against everything else. Oh no, not even that because the choice because this. You have to play, I guess you can because Hololive, but you got to play like 8 Rickies essentially to play this list anymore because you're level 1. Like you need to find like one reverse usually at least minimum to play your standby combo at level 1, right? So like I don't know, it's probably here in my opinion. I think at a while ago, especially when Seven Deadly Sins wasn't a thing, I would argue it's probably close to S tier if not like top of A, but I don't think that's true anymore unless you guys can convince me otherwise right now. Because I've been wanting to play this, but every time I talk to Carmen, he convinces me otherwise.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I think I'm willing to accept that logic. It's still kind of real though, so I don't feel comfortable putting it like at the bottom of B. It's probably more closer to the top.
Like up here.
Yeah.
I don't know about Bang Dream at all, so I'll just put it behind Bang Dream for now. But yeah, I think there was a time frame where this was the best deck in the format, especially in English, but no one was on it, and because I think everyone just got caught up on this so much that, that no one really looked at this because having like 13k neg 2-3 souls or whatever is ridiculous. Like starting at level 1, it starts getting this deck can high roll really really hard, and if you don't have answers, it just becomes too hard for people to deal with. But I think nowadays it's not as scary, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh man, Rushi is still on here.
Hell yeah, boys, Rushia
Very
right
neat.
here.
Yeah, C tier somewhere.
All right.
Hold on. We can discuss this a little bit.
Ah,
Does Rushia like target anything, or is it good against anything in the meta right now?
It's
Yeah,
good
I was
against
like-
players who forget that Rusha's combo shuffles cards back in. Like,
Yeah, but I'm just like thinking about it initially and be like, yeah, cool. Seven Deadly Sins looks at you and just laughs. Like, yo,
Yeah.
that's the sick combo you got there, dude. Have you heard of this Nanashi card I have? It's pretty neat.
Yeah, I really like Rusha as a combo. It's not good anymore.
Yeah.
It had its time and it's now gone. All right,
I would
Kaguya.
almost throw this into a relevant tier, dude. I don't care what everybody says. This deck fucking sucks. It does nothing. What do you got for me, Dean? I know you're a big fan of level 0 Kaguya.
Oh, level no. That shit's like irrelevant here. That deck sucks.
Okay, good.
And
Yeah.
level 1
It's
Kaguya is
really-
like as bad almost.
I
I
don't
think that
agree.
I think all of Kaguya is kind of shit.
I don't think so.
I don't think it's bad.
The one time I
Um,
played against this, I just looked at my opponent and then I think I might have lost that game, but they like had to do like 40 extra steps just to be like normal Kaguya. It felt like that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
And I was like,
here's how this works, Kit, right? And the brainstorm stocks a card.
yeah,
So you're like, neat, free stock, but then you think about it and you realize it's not really free stock because that free
No.
stock is going to be paying for your fucking brainstorm that you're going to have to
Yeah.
do.
Because well, there are turns where you put down like multiple brainstorms, and like it is a deck that when it pops off, it feels insane. Like but like the problem is it implodes probably like it probably has a like rough game 30% of the time. I think it's probably like 1/3 of the games you pop off, 1/3 of the games are rough, and 1/3 of the games you literally can't play. It would probably be like a pretty good like summary. Because the bad games are actually unplayable.
Yeah.
They're like 0 hand, do nothing, pass. But it is fun. It is fun.
it sounds.
I would actually think this is one of the first decks that we've seen where I would like say this is irrelevant. Like if somebody's playing against like this
Oh
against
yeah,
me,
we don't have the relevant
I'm-
anymore.
And I
Yeah.
think that the
Yeah.
choice top end makes the deck even worse, to be honest. Like I think if you're gonna at least like play like memory Kaguya or like level if you're gonna play like level 0 Kaguya, you might as well just like go the full meme and like maximize your high roll potential instead of like whatever the Chica is.
I don't know. I the like one or maybe two times I've seen this list, it's never impressed me at all. Like I said, so I'm totally fine with it being here. What about the
It's either bottom at B or like somewhere in C. It's okay.
I feel like it's
playable.
here. I've played it
Yeah.
against a couple times. I didn't get to play it with myself. Do you guys have Dan? Any of you have any other input?
I think the deck kind of sucks. Like a
I
lot. so
disagree.
C.
Like it's
We put it in C tier. That means you think it sucks.
yeah, I guess. I don't think it's like that bad, but I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
I would rather play like almost anything over playing Kaguya in a tournament. And I think that deck doesn't fix it.
Yeah, I think it's a thing too. Like a lot of these decks here in C tier, and maybe some of these in B tier too. It's like if I sit across from it, I'm never worried, right? If you sit across Kaguya, are you ever actually worried? You're just like, oh, cool.
no.
I don't even think it's about being worried. I think it's like if you bring it, how miserable is your tournament experience going to be? Because I think that like Kaguya could kill you, but like if you're playing Kaguya into a tournament, you're not going to have a good time. Like I just don't think you are.
I was like, President. I mean, you're still playing President in Pants Store. It's the President just doesn't do enough. I don't think.
Mm.
Not anymore, anyway. And that's like the only real like spooky power card that it has. That's a fake deck. Standby Door's fake.
Yeah, I don't know why this is still here. This is basically replaces it, right? It's like the same deck except better combo now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Sunshine, the ugly stepchild of bushiroad, especially in
Somewhere
English.
C.
We will never escape Love Live Sunshine, dude.
I'm gonna put it right here.
That came out 7
Oh, these guys are
years
the same
ago.
deck. Yeah, we'll throw that in
Yeah.
C.
Wait, whoa. Sunshine is much better than FGO.
Huh? Oh, none of this is.
That's true.
Yeah.
We didn't really sort this. This C tier is like unsorted essentially, but I just put them together because they're like the same deck. All right, Mishoku. I think this is B.
No, I still think it's. I think 8 standby is probably C.
C? Really?
Yeah, it's got some. It's not very good anymore.
Yeah.
If they don't have
it's,
tap. If they had tap, maybe, but
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
I think this is not on the list. I would actually make an argument because I played it a little bit that Standby Bar would probably be somewhere in like middle B tier. But yeah, I think 8 Standby right now is kind of doo doo.
I think 8 Standby or Bar is like around here, like the same. I would say I would consider the power level same as Dow.
Bar, Ruger's a pretty neat card.
Yeah, Rouge is pretty sick.
Bar lets you more easily run anti damage or just like the 2-1 event.
Yeah. Well, okay. So my experience with the Bar list is like I think I told you is I didn't play the Sylph event. I played the 1-1 event, so I could loop Ruger starting at level 2 over and over again, which was like a lot of fun. I don't know. I think even just a Standby or Standby Bar, some number. I think it's like around here, both those lists.
I honestly think like without tap counter, it's kind of shit. I think one of the reasons like Mushoku used to be like so spooky is because of tap counter and because it like got to certain power thresholds, but like are those power thresholds even like super relevant anymore?
It probably becomes a lot less relevant when what's that Sal list comes out, right? It probably does. Like it probably does just, like, immediately drop down here.
It implodes against Alice because Alice is like, yo, check out these 2-1-11Ks, dude. How do you clear them? You don't. Gotcha.
True. I don't know. I think it's like
Mushoku's rough until level 2, and you have to like a good game.
I feel like it could be bottom of B. Is anyone really gonna? Are any of you like upset about it being bottom of B?
No, it can still randomly produce a board. I just think that like it's lost so many things. It's just not very good.
Losing the tap hurt a lot.
Yeah. All right, Ruby boys.
Guys,
can we
max
put these
rarity Ruby owner?
Yeah.
All right, are we done?
I don't think they're irrelevant. I think
they are.
Probably put them in C.
No, they suck. They suck a lot.
Okay, so I think you'll randomly see people play this list, like these lists, but I don't think they're good.
I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking just about like what is like Ruby level 3 counter? It helps against like Kanatamarine. I guess that's about it. It can help against Standby Bar Hololive. It can randomly be decent into like 8-door Bang Dream because as Dan said, it's like you've got like the Neg Soul shit going on. Wait, Dan, for 8-door Bang Dream, is the anti-damage just all the not anti-damage? I'm sorry, anti-burn.
It's
is
in
that
the lane.
All the time? Well, it's straight up in the lane.
No, it's tied to the counter.
Climax phase, and it's not tied to the counter. The counter is neg.
Well, sorry, I meant it's tied to the combo. There we go. Yeah,
it is tied to the combo. It is climax phase and its lane.
Okay. So Ruby kind of gets shit on by it if they combo off and then they try to like drop rubies. Gotcha.
So during actually not climax phase, right? Only during battle. This card's battle.
Oh, okay, so then I think that's fine. So then I think we can probably put like Door Standby into C tier. I don't think that deck is too bad.
I was thinking about Albedo. My bad.
Yeah. I think you can push Door Standby into just to put it into C tier somewhere. I don't think that's that bad. It's serviceable. It's got tools.
Yeah, personally too. Nowadays, I feel like the top end is more of like the combo that Dean was running before, where you'd play the one that was the burn 2, on attack. Was it pay 2, ditch 2, burn 2, and then you can salvage the restander or whatever. So
I think if you're not,
I think you play that package.
Something like that.
Yeah. I think that's like literally the main package to kill people. Well, I guess maybe if you're playing the standby, it's not as needed.
The standby is so bad. It's also so many slots in the deck that like I don't know. It's like this thing where you put down this like Rize, and there's so much like random like level 0 hate in these decks. Like Quince plays the green back row. I feel like random decks are playing like stock bombs or removal, and I actually do feel like that. So you're trying to get these like 2 Rizes to memory, and it's like surprisingly, it's like actually difficult in some games for some reason. I think that the second you put the Ruby level 3 in your deck, it just kind of sucks.
I think, well, honestly, like if I'm thinking about it right now, I think the only real hate that has right now,
the
like
Escanor level 0.
Okay, dude, that card sucks.
Wow,
Well,
we saw it a lot.
I shouldn't say sucks. That card's like really whatever. Like, okay, the level 0 Escanor into like Ruby would be really funny, but it's not. I don't think that's that good.
I've always had trouble.
I think there's
that
better
like
cards you can put into your 7 Deadly Sins deck than having to run, because you're not just going to be running like a 1 of or something. It's like you're going to be running 4 of that fucking Escanor if you're putting that shit into your deck.
that completely hoses Ruby.
Oh, okay, but I think it. Okay, sure. But I also think if you're putting 4 of that Stock Bomb Escanor into your deck, you're making your deck actively worse. So
you're making your opponent's deck worse too.
Damn, you got me there, dude. Yeah. All right.
If I ruin my deck, then I can ruin my opponent's deck.
Neither of us are gonna have a game.
Yeah, neither of us are gonna
maybe.
have fun. All right. 8 choice Sao. So like I don't know this level 3 combo.
Now we're getting to the boogeyman. I think so. 8 choice and choice door.
These are like up
you
here,
could
right?
probably put either in A or S. Honestly, you could probably
think you just put them in S,
for now.
right? Yeah. What is this?
And
What is
it's honestly-
this deck? I don't know this one.
I don't know what choice pants is.
It's
Do you know,
probably
Dan?
real. Let's be.
Sorry.
Do you know what choice pants is
pants.
for Sword Art Online?
Choice is Alice. Pants is the Kirito.
Is it the Kirito
it's a
good?
Kirito
Is it
good.
worth playing? Should I put it up here also?
Is that the new Kirito?
These
I
are the
see
only
people
2
play
decks
the
I ever
old
see.
Kirito.
Let's just put that into just irrelevant or unknown for now.
Unknown. Okay, I'll put it over here.
I
Um,
don't
but yeah.
recognize that Kirito. Is that the Kirito from the last set? From Alicization?
It might be, but even then, like that card's not like super great.
No, it's pretty strong, right? It needs the issue was it needed a reverse, but it got
You play that event, right? The 2-1 event on it or
you
something?
play the red 2-1 event, and then you basically guarantee your reverse. You get to play the Yu-Gi-Oh, which guarantees your climax. And it's an early play heal. So Alice.
But I guess speaking about the other decks right now, 2-1 Alice is pretty disgusting. 2-1 11K sits behind like a fucking 3K backup.
Yeah, you should be getting the backup. You also
Yeah.
have anti-change backup, which is something people like.
Yeah, and you have access to memory kick and all that as well. So you just
It's
you-
more
you
like this,
play-
right?
you play-
To a 1/1 memory kick.
Yeah, well, it depends on what you want to order. So, like, what I think, from what I remember, the door, like the Silica, plays better into like anti-damage, and the Argo does a better job of like just killing your opponent.
All right. We're the English community, so everyone only cares about killing people. So what?
Yeah, so it's probably that. Yeah, English community loves to kill people.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
All we ever look at is like, what is the output of the level 3 combo? Can I kill them from 2/2? All right, I'm
let's
playing
go. All right,
it.
let's go into the trigger whatever the calculator.
Yeah.
What everyone does more damage, we play that.
What is the? Hold up. I'm curious now.
Is this supposed to be up here too? I'm so scared.
I don't actually know what the pants does. So
I me either. That's the
That
thing.
is not the old.
The Alice is good enough. Just put it there.
Honestly, I'm kind of with Dean.
Oh right. So this is the new pants where it works in a package. So the Kirito itself is climax combo, and you have the event and memory. Put the top card of your library to waiting room, deal X, where X is cost of that card +1. So you're burning from 0 to 3. 1 to 3, sorry. And for free. And then you have a Yu-Gi-Oh! And an Asuna that goes with it, that like gives it either like Neg Soul or something else.
Okay, listen. I'm if you
event is just a demon mask, by the way.
The level 1 is already so good. I think like even if this top end was like super ass, the level 1 game might just actually carry this deck, right?
This matters. Okay, so the Yu-Gi-Oh's, if this is a memory, your Kirito's gain pay 2, ditch 1, neg 2 soul when your Kirito's front attack.
Bam, that's pretty
And
good.
then your Kirito is free. The combo to burn.
combo-
Yeah, the
free,
combo's
right?
free so long as you have the event in memory.
And then you have an Asuna that does something with that gives a Kirito another effect as well. Not the early play, not that one.
It gets no. I know which one you're talking about. It's a level 0 Asuna, so it's The Kirito gets 1500 power during your turn and hexproof. So you can't like be tap countered or anything like that. You can't be tapped, can't be money countered.
I think there's something else, right?
Well, the Austin is also a resonator. You reveal the level 3 to check 3, add 1.
Yep. So you have a union and then a hexproof, 1500 hexproof. I thought there was a 2-1 Asuna that went with this, but I might just be,
There might be like another one.
bad memory.
I'm just kind of like thinking of like when I think of like Alice, choice door or choice pants does not come to mind. It's always like choice door or
A choice. Yeah, that's all I ever see really nowadays. I'm just gonna put this in S tier because I think everything else is just so good. And then like
I do think that combo has legs, right?
Yeah, from what you described, it sounds like it's pretty good.
6 stock, 3 attacks. Like you go to turn with 7 in stock, you get triple combo plus 2 Nexals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's but how does that warp deck building? I think that's like the other question. Because you're going to be running 4 of the event. Go ahead.
The Yu-Gi-Oh is good. Like it does things outside of just give tier to that effect.
Okay, what would the Yu-Gi-Oh do then?
It is when this attacks, discard a card, bounce something to hand, on reverse, go to memory if there are 2 or few other memory.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So it's not good, but it does something.
I think that I'm not super comfortable because I think like choice and choice door are like what's up?
It's good because you bounce the event Rize back to hand. So you get your event Rize again, and that just helps your Alice turn.
Gotcha. But like this, I feel like the choice pants, like you're also running a lot of like
events. Yeah,
your deck is a lot more tight, if that makes sense, because you're going to be running the Yu-Gi-Oh, you're going to be running the Asuna, you're going to be running the event, like that type of stuff.
So the event is a mask, so it's pay 1, go and search 1, which I don't think is that much space. Because I
mean, you're still probably going to be running 3 of it if you're greedy.
Then you have your event Rize, which is still good. Your Asuna probably like takes place on the brainstorm, which I don't think was that important anyway.
Wait, what?
Oh no! You're running the 1-0 Alice brainstorm. Yeah.
I was like, you still need to have the back row.
And you just flex into that after. It's not something needed anyway. Because this 1500 hexproof is only important to the matchup with defensive counters.
Yeah.
Which I say is a worthy tech regardless. Like, even if it didn't give it, just giving it hexproof is pretty good.
There's no real way to early play it though, so I don't think it's like super good.
Kirito, I mean, it just gets rid of like Nexal counters, tap counters, things like that.
I mean, that's only really good right now. Like looking at our list right now, that's only really good against like what Kanatamarine, maybe TRV.
You don't have to run the Asuna.
Yeah.
Right, the Asuna isn't important to the combo. It's just the power and hexproof.
All right, are we okay with having this in S tier, or do you think this version of the deck?
We can like leave it there. I'm not really sold on it, but I think
Gang.
The level 1 combo is like enough to at least push it to like A. So
yeah. Like worst case, okay. What we'll do is we'll move it below 8 quints, right? By singles, I assume this is gonna get banned again, but we'll see what happens. But the 2-1 combo at level 1 and everything is just so strong. It just carries so much of the deck, kind of like how Escanor carries a lot of this deck. All right, I have no idea what this is even. What is standby choice? I've never seen that. All right, we throw that there.
Burn hex.
Yeah, I don't think I was like I've never seen this deck. I've never heard anybody talk about this deck.
No, because Simu wasn't it Simu who played it at Worlds? He fought Jarbacher, right?
How did he do?
He lost.
But that was Escanor. That was against Escanor because Escanor could like. Look, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm told people have said that it's okay.
Okay, I still say we can put it into. It's not going to be irrelevant. We can just put it into unknown.
Unknown.
I think I have not seen any of this type. I've seen like more 8 bars than I have this.
It's true.
in tournaments, so
Which is
I
really
don't.
funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen more 8 bars too. I've never seen this, but I've seen 1 8 bar at an event. So
Yeah, I'm not really sold on it. It could just be like a player spice, like his tech or something. I don't know if it's real.
okay,
Yo, the classic.
hell yeah,
Kevin's beloved right here.
dude. I'm gonna make people so mad when I play seven or not seven since Saikano, but for reasons
Yeah,
they're not ready for. 8
yeah,
door baby.
very cool. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, you can drop that into C tier and we can move on.
Hell yeah. What it's like top.
Unless you guys want to argue about it, I don't think
there's anything worth
it's
arguing
it's
about
a little
it.
too little too late for Bardor.
Yeah, like maybe you can argue this, but like this is like literally stretching it. It's definitely down here.
Yeah, that's
Let's get this other Saikano out of the way. What the hell is this Saikano? Is new? Is this?
does it get extra support?
I don't know
I
what the
don't
difference
know.
between
This
these
is
two
weird.
are
I have
because
no
they have the
idea.
same
The same.
picture too.
Yeah.
It might be the same deck. Just put it in.
We just won't put this one up because we have no idea what this is supposed to
You
mean.
just put it into unknown as the new thing.
Unknown baby, let's go. All right, TRV. This deck is no longer a thing, right?
No, it's still a thing. You're
It's
still
like
gonna
B.
see it in a room. Yeah, it's probably like bottom of B-ish.
Here.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, like we can like laugh about it and be like, yeah, this deck like it's not like real anymore. The deck can still kill you from like 2-1, 2-2, and you're like, wait, what happened?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, also, I feel like because Seven Deadly Sins exist, like, why would I ever play this when I could just play Seven Deadly Sins? It's like the same deck except better
Yeah,
in a way. But yeah, it's fine. Like, I don't really need to argue TRV. It's spooky randomly.
all right. So here's like the last caveat for Pants Book Slime. So if you're Clinton Chan, this is like top of S tier.
Right here, baby.
If you're anybody else, it's probably like middle to like bottom of B. Maybe not even that.
Okay.
They're probably just like middle
It's
of B.
it's probably like right here.
The deck does nothing.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything, but Clinton somehow is like refreshes 4 and he still cancels my 2 swings for
I
lethal.
mean, the deck has always done nothing except just kind of like stand there and heal.
Yeah.
All the book adds is like you sculpt the one.
You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to sculpt as hard because of the level 3, and like it gives you like actual finishing potential. Because before that, it was literally just heal, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but Alice is a
Yeah.
thing now, and like you don't skill anything at any level ever.
Oh, that's true.
Because like your early play is 10-5 hand on core, what 12-5 with the back row,
Yeah.
13-5 with climax. That's still smaller than the counter.
Yeah. Your Alice matchup with this is going to be really, really
Yeah.
bad.
And then,
This
like,
deck still does well against everything in this own tier, right?
Yeah, but just because it does
yeah.
everything, it does okay into B tier. I wouldn't call it a good B tier deck.
No, but I'm saying I think it's in B tier because I think it's very comparable to all of these decks here. But once you get to A and S, it's just like it's not even a close competition, right?
right, so like a big thing about Slime was like in games where you weren't able to combo, you were still able to get like a what's her name? She's out of memory with your Ramirez, but now like you don't skill anything ever.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's fine anyway, because your thing goes to memory on reverse.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe. I
I
think
think that like we can talk like you bring up a good point. The deck just kind of.
I mean, this is another deck that just didn't really care what was happening because there's not a lot of good ways to interact with it other than like sending the level 1s the clock or something, right? And
Yeah.
Also, level 0 stock swap's pretty neat. That's
That
a pretty
is
neat
the
effect that
biggest
it
draw
does
to
have
the
access
deck.
to.
That is just the biggest thing about the deck right now.
Like I don't know, this deck is so comparable to AOT for me that I feel like there's no reason it shouldn't be in B tier. Like maybe it's worse.
Comparable?
I
think
don't
with
think
level
so.
0 first, level
AOT's
1
got this
first.
cool card for what? Resisting Fate Armin. Slime does
Okay,
not have
yeah,
any
yeah.
sort of card like that.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. But I mean, just like leading into like the initial game plan, it feels like all of these decks here on B tier all do kind of the same boring thing, and that's why I'm kind of.
Oh, they all have like a relevant finisher. This
Yeah.
slide does not.
Well, that's
Slime
fine.
is like whack shot, like
Yeah.
on the same trigger, no less.
And you have
Are we
to
just
run
moving this down to C
really,
tier?
really bad event, if I remember correctly. You have to run like the top check go to memory, right? 1/1 top sword.
Wait,
I
for
don't think
what?
so.
No.
No, for slime you don't have to run it.
Yeah, you don't have to run
For
that.
the finisher, there was some condition for the finisher.
Was play the 1/1 event that the mask. If the mask is not in memory, then you can't do it, or like it was like some number of like level 1s plus mask or something weird, right?
It wasn't mask, if I remember correctly. It should have been the other event.
Are you sure? Because I don't remember ever seeing a different event, but I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
I am 100%.
It is. No, you just need to have 4 more memory.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just 4 more memory. So you will probably, in bad games, you won't hit the condition. In most games, you will be able to easily hit that condition because you'll have like 1 or 2 masks, and then you'll have 1 or 2 Shizus. And then if you're having trouble, you have Ramorous to be able to send shit to memory as well. So I think it's not a fake condition, but it's not like a really real condition at the same time.
Yeah. Okay. I
Your
think
memory is just the events and the level 1 cheeses.
I think I'm pretty convinced you guys put me down to C on this. Does this need to go lower, or are you guys cool with this?
I think. C is unordered. I think that's
C is unordered. That's what I mean. It does go down here, irrelevant, but I don't think
no,
it's completely
no.
irrelevant.
I think it's still honestly.
deck,
I think
yeah.
like the level 0 stock swap and all that. Like it's still kind of a deck, and like similar to like how Sword Art and like fucking book Bar Book was like around for the longest time. They're gonna eat the 4 eventually.
True. All right. Speaking of eating the 4 eventually,
Oh Jesus!
this is somewhere in C, huh?
D tier. Yeah. All right, Dan. Not Dan. Dean.
Dean convinces
I don't
otherwise.
know.
Can we
Argue
please put
this
this in B
for-
tier?
No, I don't.
No. Have any of you guys actually sleeved the list that like topped Cali?
What
That
that?
like top 8 at Cali or 4?
8-bar kimono.
I
dude.
played
No,
8-bar
no.
kimono. Okay, listen. I played 8-bar kimono. 8-bar
Kobayashi?
Kobayashi.
Yeah, Kobayashi. Yeah.
I don't know the exact list California ran.
Okay, so wait. California, the difference is it's on 4 drop search, so you're always able to get that extra soul in the middle. And I'm not joking, that's actually relevant. It's on 2 of the it's like a clock bomb for early plays, but you get to pump soul if you trigger a climax, allowing better soul modulation in the mid game and also like some better answers. And also plays 3 2-1s. There's a 2-1 in the TD that's like on play 1,000 times board. So it starts off at 12. Climax is 13. Bounce back gives it to 14. And then you have like a back row that can tap. So you can get up like 15-5 with this card. That when it reverses your opponent's card, you can send your opponent's card to memory. So you actually have like answers to like these really annoying early play boards with like really low stock commitments while pushing a large amount of damage. And you're able to just like loop combo turn after turn. And I've been able to triple the finisher like every game. Like you're able to triple the finisher, so it's how much weight you put on that, with like the fact that you have like a pretty consistent mid game. Like I legitimately don't think this deck is that bad. I would not play it at a tournament where like I had to look at my teammates at the end, but like I legitimately think it's like in the B tier.
Disagree.
I mean,
do you brainstorm in this deck? Do you brainstorm with this deck? That's the big question. Because you won't have the resource. You'll think this deck is dog shit if you brainstorm. If you sit there like smashing brainstorm every turn, then you just suck at the deck. That's legitimately my argument. Because I think that's like the big trap in the deck. But like every time I play this deck, I'm able to double combo literally every single turn with climax. And it feels great. Like it does what it's supposed to. I get down triple finisher. The finisher has decent reach. And I legitimately think that it's like up there in the B tier.
I just remember my only real experience against this is I remember I was playing 8 standby Quints and I got like 2 of the unreversible 1/1s out and I was like, damn, this deck actually can't do anything. This is so sick.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of decks can't. Actually, no, that's untrue because they play a 1/1 that refunds the stock on play if you have a full board. So they should actually be able to kill your card.
What does the 1/1 do? Is it an Adachi?
No, it's like 9/5 on play. It's
okay.
It's well, that's good enough, right? That kills your card, denying you your advantage while continuously pushing, and it only puts down 2 lanes of combo anyway.
So my experience with it is that like the top end is kind of scary. It like can pop off, and you just sit there and you're like, well, here comes a bunch of burn 4s essentially, and I hope I can get through this. So it's like really scary. Everything. my experience, everything leading up to the top end didn't feel as good, but like I didn't play a refined list. So yeah, I don't know. I could be convinced it's like somewhere in B, maybe, but I don't know. I'd have to personally play it to
Looking at
find
everything
out.
else in B tier, it's nowhere near as good.
I would play it over.
Over TRV and Mushoku. Okay, cool. Congratulations.
That's
dude.
still B tier. I would actually play it over AOT with the choice. I think that deck is like doo-doo.
I don't think so. I think choice door is still fine. Or door choice, whatever.
Deck.
Okay.
I think the only deck I would like potentially play Kimono over everything else in B tier is like I would play Kimono over TRV. Or not Kimono, I'm sorry. I just keep seeing the
also
fucking
yeah,
abbreviation.
yeah.
Yeah, the KMD. No, yeah, I would only play Kobayashi over TRV. That's it. Everything else, I would rather just play that deck instead.
I would personally rather play Kobayashi over AOT only because I don't like AOT. But I don't know if they're comparable in power. I don't know.
I don't know if Kobayashi
Yeah.
is on par with the other decks in C tier.
I think it's better than them. I think it's like legitimately in the B tier. I legitimately just think you guys are playing the deck wrong because I've never felt what other people have told me from it. I've never felt that other than when I fought Neg Soul Wall and I didn't realize I had an Adachi because it was my first game with the deck.
I'm kind of fine with just leaving it in C tier. I think the tools and stuff it has and the top end is like just spooky enough, but not consistent I guess, to be in C tier.
I'm not willing to move it up to B.
Yeah. Like
I'd
have-
Wow, I have been stonewalled again.
Well, I would have to play it. It's unfortunate that like you're the only person here with like as much experience with that specific California list. So, but like from my experience, I basically would.
Here's the thing though.
Yeah.
So like we can argue about this all we want, but at the end of the day, we're arguing about whether a deck is C or B. Like we're not even arguing of like whether it's like top tier or not. We're just arguing whether it's good enough or not.
Like I'm arguing to put it below C.
Okay. Dan just like thinks it's irrelevant.
Yes, I do.
I can see it, but I think I'm willing to give it C.
Yeah, I'm willing to give it C as well. All right, this is our really amazing top tier list. All right, look at this. We have Sword Art Online, our new Overlord, coming soon, along with our current Overlord in S tier.
It's more of like a returning Overlord because Sal has also been top tier multiple times before.
Yeah, so you get when you have
Basically,
a popular anime.
this meta sucks.
True,
Ooh, baby.
Can't wait for. I've been like. How do you even fix this meta? I don't even know.
You don't.
You just keep
over.
printing more broken things
English B-side, lads. Let's go. Let's make it happen.
Oh my god. Oh, I played against D-side recently just to go off on a small tangent, and like my opponent like just ate crap both games. I don't know what this deck was supposed to do to me, but I just remember it being really broken.
So here's the thing, kid.
Yeah.
When I returned while I was gone for a year, I returned for a month. Carmen handed me full power D-side, and every single time I was like, so this is all that card does, and he's like, no, it does one other thing, Nico. The cards read like they're from a custom set. It's like, not only do you do this, but you also do this. Oh, by the way, you also send like 5 or 6 cards to memory, and you get to marker stuff for compression. And you just get to heal and free fresh. Yeah, your free fresh is like a global 15, free fresh with less than 5, and you get to search a card after you're done free freshing. It's like, what?
And your brainstorm just gives you free stock. Your 1/0 gives you free stock.
Yeah. I guess to be fair, when I played into it, I was playing 8-door movie Quince. So but yeah, yeah, but anyway, I mean, this is it. If you guys have any last words for this tier list before we leave? I'm going to take that as a no. All right. I think that is it, everyone. We hope to see you in our next video. I don't know when our next video is, but it'll hopefully won't be an hour and a half long like this one. See you guys later.
Goodbye.